Generals, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the company of the heroes. We are the Generals Gentlemen. I'm the Machine.
And I'm Archon Hawk.
Today we are casting a special fantastic game here between StephenJF as our OberKommando West on the north side of Langreskaya summer.
And he will be paying off against down our bottom as our US forces. That will be Genobi.
I hope that's a reference to Star Wars, because I'm digging that.
I mean, I'm guessing. That's what I was assuming when I first saw it. I mean, it is rather cool.
Yep, so you know how you build wire on your cutoff?
Yeah, I do know that.
Well, you know what OberKommando West does? OberKommando West builds wire and tank traps on their heavy cover. Yeah, it's kind of insane. It's wire that you can't cut and that you can't crush because it's also a tank trap. It's like, what? You have to destroy it with, like, force firing it with, like, bazookas and AT guns and stuff. It's kind of hard to deal with. But anyway, that is the supply truck. Can still push, but it has been nerfed significantly, so it will actually die. 2 focus fire. Stone Pioneers are in cover. Assault Engineers running through the road, going to have a hard time. Excellent pushing with the supply truck, forcing them out of cover. Will definitely be an easy engagement here for the Stone Pioneer squad of StephenJF.
Definitely will. Genobi going for double rear echelon and the assault engineers, so that's definitely a really bold choice there, because you're giving up a lot of DPS and a lot of Strumpires is a good way to kind of combat that. And you got the Volks on the side there as well, should be able to handle the rear echelon quite well. The Volley Fire does go out, and that will get the suppression and the pin, but the Volks should be able to deal with that quite easily. Yeah,
the way I see it is, if you want to go double rear echelon, like if you really love spamming volley, you don't need to go rear echelon like that quickly, because you're not going to have enough munitions to just spam the volley until you have about 2 or 3 rifleman squads already. So I would go like rifleman, rear echelon rather than rear echelon straight away. Assault engineers, they can be okay. They're pretty good up close. The DPS is really high, but they have like no medium range damage. Western Pioneers have pretty significant medium range damage, which is surprising given that they have submachine guns. Other than that, the demo charges are insane. They're really good. Flamers, not entirely impressed with. They're good against garrisons, obviously, but for the most part, they just get focused too easily. The assault engineers are very squishy, so they do die pretty fast. Walking around the cover, Stone Pioneers waiting in ambush. Grenadier squads as well, but this is a nice angle here. Stone Pioneers actually may even shred this squad. Forces the retreat, loses the rear echelon. Wow, that is insane.
Pretty much instantly there. The Strumpire is so fantastic, that kind of a range there. You got the Volks in the front lines as well. They're going to be taking out the damage. These Strumpires, they get into the heavy cover, and all of a sudden the engagement is 1.5. Yeah,
that was a really good angle there for StephenJF. Well played indeed. Having 10 kills already. Stone Pioneers, with the Vet 1, they can place the medical supplies, which is kind of cool. It means that you can go tier 2 and still have enough like healing. He does go through a bit of munitions, so you have to be careful with that. So you can use the munitions transfer from fuel from your tier 2 to compensate. Getting the decap as well. Like, this is a really brutal opening here of Genobi. He's on the back foot because he just doesn't have enough riflemen to really compete with these Stone Pioneers.
Yeah, they can't do it. I mean, if you combos them really nicely, I mean, you really need the combination of both the volley fire, for example, from those from the rear echelon, in combination with the assault engineers to be able to deal with just one Strumpire squad. Going for a lot of Volks, though, is StephenJF. I mean, that can probably work. I mean, you got that long-range damage, which is going to be nice, especially if you see multiple, a lot of those assault engineers coming out. You should be able to deal with them quite well.
So that's his tier 2. Yeah, that's going to allow StephenJF to get the Flak truck, if he so desires. Very powerful against infantry. Is immobile though, so it can get caught out of position, but the damage and suppression is really nice to have. Also has access to the Puma, which is, like, you know, probably the best AT weapon in the game, like, at least for its cost and availability, but doesn't really deal with infantry very well, so not worth rushing generally.
Nothing medical-wise coming out yet in terms for Genobi. So those Volkskrens will be starting to drop models quite consistently. There's actually been a lot of reinforcing going on the side of Genobi. He's had to reinforce a lot of his squads, as well as having lost that rear echelon squad from before. It's really effective how many units you can have out on the field.
Riflemen definitely better at close, but not behind the cover, whereas the Volks were. Volks probably would have won that if it weren't for the engineers moving in as well. That is the Flak truck being deployed, but surprisingly going for the fuel transfer. And I don't really understand why, to be honest. Unless he wants to go for like a really quick Obersoldaten and get that tier 4 out quickly, then that makes sense. But like more than one flak truck isn't really viable. Again, Pumas you don't need it early, so the only thing I can really think of is perhaps he wants maybe a Stuka even. Stuka or his tier 4. Assault Engineers getting shredded, running into the Sturm Pioneers and the Volksgrens on about a third of their HP. May even lose the squad. Very lucky, actually, that he survived that one.
Yeah, got a nice retreat path in the end. Took him away from the other squad of Volks that was on the side. Lieutenant is out on the field now. So we're going to have to see something, though, to deal with this Flak half-track.
But Stephen really needs his medics.
Yeah, definitely.
All of his squads are about half HP. And again, Stephen's answer would be the medical supplies. It's actually kind of rare to see that, because not only does it cost a lot, but also Sturm Pioneers don't get vet very quickly, because, you know, vet 1 takes a while to get, but the Sturm Pioneers is such a strong early game that he's already vet 2, which isn't something you see very often. Not against American, at least. Against Soviets, yeah, generally. Yeah,
the sheer amount of shred they've had has been pretty damn substantial. Lieutenant will just have to run straight away from that one. Not a position where he wants to be in. Like half track as well, it has pretty decent DPS against buildings. I mean, it's not as nice as it would be if the riflemen were in the open, but it still will force them out of that garrison.
Going for the M15. So that's an interesting move. It definitely can deal with the flak truck.
Yeah, it can work.
But there are a lot of other influences, such as definitely if he gets his Shrek, which he can afford now, going for his Jaeger light infantry squad. So he's on the scavenger doctrine. So that will give him access to scavenge up munitions as well from wreckages, which is kind of cool. Jaeger light infantry, they're interesting. They're faster than normal infantry. They have really good DPS, especially when upgrade to the G43s, but they can't actually capture points. They decap points, but not capture.
And quite expensive as well, aren't they?
Oh, wait, they changed them. They used to perma-sprint. Now they sprint with an ability, like assault drones. They used to.
They did perma-sprint, didn't they? Before they were super fast, yeah. I had a fun time with that. It's just like, why are these infantry running at me so fast? The machine is like, oh, there's a Jaeger infantry. Oh, that's not where the assault engineers want to be. I think they've taken the most casualties out of a squad I've ever seen in 7 minutes. I'm pretty sure they've been reinforced about 3 times thus far. So the M15 is now on the field. Especially if it catches the flak half track when it's setting up. That can be pretty damn devastating.
Yeah, it's pretty much a battle of who gets caught. Because the flak half track can't fire while moving. The M15 can only fire the machine gun while moving, not its main gun. Raketenwerfer is going to be nice to mix in, and a Shrek. Like, Stephen has all the AT that he needs. So long as he doesn't get caught, his flak half track, the M15 probably is going to be taken out. I mean, the M15 is actually very weak. It will die to a single Shrek and a single Raketenwerfer shell, which is pretty much the same thing. It's like a Panther Shrek on wheels, essentially. Or just, you know, a single Shrek and a volley of a flak half-track. So it's going to be a battle of the positioning. A pretty common theme, and that is the tier 1, so a good move. We won't have the Obersoldaten anytime soon, but we'll have heals, and heals are a pretty big deal. With the Jaegerlight infantry, Obersoldaten aren't quite as necessary because they are pretty cost-effective infantry.
Yeah, definitely are. So, really nice. As soon as that truck comes on the field, you've got the fuel that you need for it. Going to be setting that one up, which is nice. I'm surprised Stephen doesn't have more back control, given how, as you were saying, cost efficiently he has been trading. Now he's getting that med truck. That's going to be fantastic. He really does need to heal his squads up and get out on the field. And because he's already got at least one squad wipe thus far onto those rear echelons, he should have a pretty nice infantry advantage. I'm not sure about this many squads of Volks. That's my only flaw in his strategy and his decision making thus far. I personally would like another shot of Sturms. What do you reckon?
I agree. Sturm Pioneers are really strong. I also like Hubelwagen. A lot of people don't know, but I think they're pretty good just for that mobile suppression. Other than that, though, I think the problem here for Genobi, he just doesn't have enough infantry. Does have bazooka, though, on his rifle, and that will give him a lot of opportunity to poke away at the flak truck, but that squad is so low and can get wiped very quickly if sustained fire from the flak truck, and the Jaeger infantry getting destroyed, and he drops the bazooka on the ground, retreats though, but will he lose the squad to the flak truck? Not able to hit the target over that far. M15 is firing Raketenwerfer as well as the flak truck from Stephen. Will take out the M15. No, it survives! Oh, it's going to walk away. That was a close one. Nice work of the Raketenwerfer, using it defensively. It has such a smaller range. It really is hard to make the Raketenwerfer work when not inside of a garrison. Volks looking for the killing blow with a Shrek, but won't find it. So holding onto the M15 is so crucial. Without that M15, Genobi would have been out of this game, especially with a rifleman squad that barely survived as well.
Yeah, definitely very lucky there, and it was definitely nice unit positioning from Stephen. Having the Raketenwerfer where you need it, you want it with that flak half track, because that's where your DPS is going to come from. You want the combination to to be able to shred the M15 as it actually does move up. So that was very, very well played. And the Raketen scales extremely well with that. Not as well as it did before.
No, it doesn't.
As the machine knows it.
Doesn't one-shot insta-wipe full health Shermans twice in a row.
It doesn't. But what it does do is give it some pretty substantial DPS. Of course, having the 5 vet, as all of our OKW units do. Flak half-track's going to be moving now.
No,
There's only a lieutenant and a rifleman squad there, so it's not the captain.
Has his AT grenades though, and that will get the slow. If it lands, it might not though. If it gets actually, he prevented the AT grenade from firing.
Not even set up at this point.
Gets the smoke grenade. Storm Pioneers are closing through the distance. They're not revealed yet. Nice angle for the Storm Pioneers to be up close against the rifleman. They do some pretty good damage. Lieutenant has a bazooka.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
Well, he didn't spawn with it, but he got upgraded from one of the weapon racks. Rear echelon.
Don't want to lose that.
Yeah, look, maybe not the best unit preservation here for Genobi. Loses his second squad of rear echelon. Doesn't have an ambulance as well. His squads are being sent out on such low HP. The ambulance is so cheap, but he needs going for his tier 4. Yeah. He needs the ambulance.
You really need the ambulance there, and that's a huge fuel investment going for the Major now. Now the ambulance is going to be even more delayed than it actually was before. Got a 50 cal setting up in the middle here, but I mean, against that Flak half-track.
You can attack around with a bazooka through the smoke.
Yeah, no, it doesn't go.
Yeah, one of the good counters to the Flak truck is rifle smoke, because then the Flak truck can't shoot, it can't move, and then you can attack around through the smoke.
Well, that's a nice flank.
Yeah, Jaeger, light infantry, pretty good at flanking. They have rifles, but even then, like, because of the sprint and stuff, they can flank pretty well. Will force the retreat. So it has the 30 cal MG, good suppression, but Stephen just has just such good territory, and he's just defending it so well. M15, pretty good damage though. We'll be able to snipe. Raketen not too happy though, and will force away that M15.
Yeah, it does take one shot there. In the rear arm, as you can see, it only take a couple of Raketen shots to take out that M15. And the Flak half-track's actually going to go on the chase. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but the vehicle crew are outside
That's
now.
That's not where you want to repair the M15.
That's not, no. It's not a nice one. Was he going to attack around through the hedge, or?
I don't know, actually.
Maybe he's just setting up a bait.
Let's have a look at the vision.
Baiting, so.
Yeah, I don't think he quite knows what's up.
The hedge is a bit too big to fire through. Lieutenant's going to get absolutely shredded. As have those riflemen. Really nice position for the Flak half-track. I don't really have a lot to criticize about StephenJF. I think it's been pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that's a smoke grenade through the wall. M15, where are you? He wants to get the killing blow, but the Raketen, it's still there. Infantry support gun as well. Will be some pretty good artillery. Rifleman Lieutenant not in cover. Gets a grenade, but nice dodge from Stephen. Playing this game so well. Infantry support gun will start to shell away. M15 very low. Needs the repairs. Also needs the heals.
It needs the heals, needs the reinforce. So many things to spend fuel and such on, but yeah, the ambulance I think is the major thing that we have to see coming out here, no pun intended. Infantry support gun as well, that's going to be nice.
There was a pun?
There was a pun because the major just came out instead of the ambulance, so...
The major thing we need
to...
Oh, nice!
I thought it was quite solid.
I apologise for not appreciating your pun.
Yeah, it wasn't it. So the infantry support gun, going to start firing away. Hasn't found the shot that he wants yet, but he's looking for it, I believe in him. I'm sure the gunners will work it out eventually.
Is he barraging?
I think he's attack grounding or barraging. I think barraging. So barrage is I mean, averagely accurate, but ideally you want it to be firing by itself because its accuracy is pretty damn decent. Don't really want them in neg cover.
No,
it's not a place you want the assault engineers.
Not against the Jaeger infantry. Has a lot of munitions in the bank as well, so I have a feeling that he's going to be saving up for 40 mil, and that's probably a good idea because he can catch the Flak truck and the Raketen nearby, and it's hard to dodge. Infantry support gun actually has pretty good damage against infantry. It does penetrate consistently, which is surprising, where mortars and whatnot obviously don't penetrate very well. M15 just hasn't been able to have the game he wants to do. Shrek may even kill it in one shot, but will he get suppressed beforehand? Not in the firing arc.
Nicely
the
played.
Shrek hits the fence.
Unfortunate.
Man, that fence. Thank you, fence.
Thank you, fence. Infantry support gun though actually has some decent DPS.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to those light vehicles, I've actually almost lost M15s and such to that infantry support gun. You think that's not a Raketen Werfer? What's firing at me?
You just don't factor it in.
You don't factor it in. Yeah, you just don't think about it. So
like you look at an engagement and you go, I can win this, and then you start getting shot at. Also, bear in mind the Veteran C2. I believe it's Vet 2.
I'm not sure what
it's
it is.
Vet 1. Okay, it's Vet 1.
Yeah,
the holy charge rounds. Yeah. It gives them even more penetration against vehicles.
I haven't used it myself. Have you?
It's hard to use. You have to target. It's a barrage.
Ah, I see.
It's not like a mode that you toggle and let them auto attack. It's a barrage, and it's very hard to barrage vehicles because they drive away.
They have movement.
Yeah,
they can move.
It's hard to use, but it can be quite rewarding. It's okay. It's alright. I don't think it actually costs anything either.
So Volscans will just be sitting there in the cover. It doesn't really matter if they get pinned. I think the infantry sport gun was looking for some damage down onto it there. All the Shrek. No, there's a Keaton from the back lines though. Takes the
small arms
very low.
Small arms may even take out the M15. It survives. How is this thing still alive?
I don't even know.
Oh,
it's impressive work there. The Keaton, of course, using its full ability to retreat, will retreat away from this one. That M15 is the luckiest thing I've ever seen in my life, and that is a very nice blob of riflemen and lieutenants and all the kinds of anti-infantry that you possibly
Apart from the fact that they don't have half or more than half of the HP, where is the ambulance?
Where is the ambulance?
StephenJF floating a lot of manpower, 900 in the bank. Perhaps he's
probably
saving up.
Ostwind.
Yeah, Ostwind's are really good.
I think would definitely be a nice choice when it does come out. I mean, there's not really anything on the field that can deal with it at this point. And the shred, especially in the low health squads, would be quite substantial. Infantry support gun, it's really going to start paying off as well. He's in a nice safe position, is Stephen. So he can get that infantry support gun, can just start firing away and gets pretty much free damage down.
Langres is like the best map for the infantry support gun. That's a mine as well. So that's probably looking to take out like a vehicle as it goes for a flank. The shoe mines, they're pretty good. They're not quite as good as like the Soviet mines, but they still will do some pretty good damage and disable the engine on the vehicle. I'm pretty sure they just have less AoE, so not as good against infantry. Yeah, that rifle squad dropping very, very low. The thing is with the Ostwind, it's kind of like, it's the one thing that OberKommando West don't have. Every faction in Code 2 doesn't have something. Soviets don't have infantry support, infantry-based AT. Wehrmachts don't have elite infantry. They don't have any Knights Cross like in Co 1. Americans don't have heavy tanks. OberKommando West, they don't have any like medium tanks that can deal with infantry. So if you lose the vet battle and your opponent just has like a whole bunch of like airborne with M19s, or he has like 3 squads of guards with DPs, like
you're in trouble.
How do you deal with that? Well, Ostwind, that's how.
Ostwind is exactly how. So I'm guessing, is that Ostwind being pulled in? Or,
no, he spent his fuel on something. Tier 4.
Tier 4, okay, yep. Fantastic.
So that's probably why there's the float, because he wants to just spam Obersoldaten. And I can't blame him either. Obersoldaten, very, very powerful against the riflemen. Really, the only thing that rivals them in infantry power is the airborne, but Jaeger infantry doing pretty well for themselves. Bundle grenades going in. Not bundle grenades, that's actually the infiltration tactics. It's like, yeah, they throw heaps of grenades out of cover when they're revealed. Sherman has been built for Genobi. That's a nice move, but there's a fair bit of AT on the field and a fair bit of veterancy for it as well. That's another squad of Shreks. 2 Shreks and the Raketenwerfer. HE shells can be pretty powerful though against Hulk's. Got to be careful. Finally, the Amber, but in a very, very risky spot, may get taken out pretty easily to the infantry support gun, and especially with that blob, it means that the infantry support gun may find some wipes.
Definitely will speed. Sherman does take another shot there, and the Raketenwerfer is going to have to move and set up again at the Sherman. The Sherman does flank past the firing arc. It should be fine. I think it's still on the HE shells, but that won't stop it from taking out the Flak half track.
Indeed, will force the retreat with his rifleman. Nice work. This is opportunity to take out the Flak truck if he focuses it now. Even a bazooka comes in as well. This is going to be the end of our Flak truck, but still it's getting lower and lower. Is that the infantry support gun?
I think it was the infantry support gun. It did some serious DPS there. No, there was a Raketenwerfer off to the side there. It's going to have to reface though. The Sherman's looking to back away. If it gets into the garrison, it might be able to take out the Sherman. Yeah,
the garrison is where it wants to be because it can just refocus around the windows. It has more range in the garrison. The Sherman in a bit of trouble. He has the smoke, but he won't use it just yet. Sherman walks away, playing a risky game, but Genobi went pretty well in that engagement. He killed the Flak truck and forced him back. So now Stephen doesn't quite have the territory that he wants to have, but with his tier 4, and once he gets the Obersoldaten, I don't have my mine.
It did do something.
Was there a mine?
I think there was one on the side there. I think there was some of the DPS that came out. I'm not sure. For what I saw, a small explosion. I thought it was a mine, but maybe there wasn't really a lot of damage.
Maybe it was the mine. Yeah. Again, I don't think they have as much penetration as the Soviet mines because really, like, OberKommando West, they don't need Soviet mines.
Yeah.
Soviet needs Soviet mines.
They do indeed.
Jaeger infantry, look at the DPS shredding the squad as they are repairing, taking that extra damage, of course. Yeah, they're really good. Jaeger infantry just have such good long-range damage. At close range, they will have a hard time against bars and just rifling overall, really. But this blob, I mean, this is perfect here.
He's trying to delay the infantry support gun. It's a pity the infantry support gun actually moved forward.
That's hollow point rounds,
damage.
I think that's hollow point rounds.
Oh, hollow point rounds. So he's looking for more damage onto the Sherman. The vehicle crew had already gotten a fair bit of repairs done. There's a couple of Raketenwerfers on the field as well. I'm not sure about the double Raketenwerfer, I've seen that pays off, and Ostwind has hit the field.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
The Sherman can, of course, deal with the Ostwind when he gets the AP ammo, but going in for the flank, that's the mine right where it needs to be.
Oh, wow, that's the luckiest M15 I've seen in my life.
Wow, and that stopped really fast. That deceleration, pretty ridiculous here. Stephen not going to be happy about that mine avoidance. Bazooka's doing some pretty good damage against the Ostwind. That's a nade going in. Infantry support gun will walk away. The Flak truck, Flak HQ, is starting to fire. Won't suppress like the Flak truck will, but it will do some pretty good damage nonetheless. Ostwind can take out the M15 smoke grenade off to the side. Doesn't quite get the slow because it went over. Yeah, M15, it will damage the Ostwind, but not as well as it would like. Getting shredded. Oh, the mine!
Finally, the mine there. M15, its luck has run out there, and it used it all up. The Ostwind, consistent DPS there. That worked a little.
Now,
yes.
What that actually was, that was, who's our American? Our American is Genobi. That was Genobi reverse moving. Yeah. But because, like, when you reverse move, it will drive forward to make sure it's facing the right way. So, like, he didn't actually drive into the mine himself. It's kind of one of the downsides that the new reverse move mechanic does, is that you can drive forward sometimes when you really don't want to, but it means that your clicks is reduced to 1 as opposed to 7 when you're trying to reposition it like 7 times. Yeah. No, turn that way, turn over there. It does it all for you, but sometimes, yeah, that can happen. Because if he just reverse moves like automatically, he might have been fine. So that's why, like, you can just use the right mouse click behind you. So at least the reverse move and the right click behind the tanks do different things. Because right clicking behind a tank, it will never drive forward. Where reverse move, it will drive forward sometimes in order to give you a better path and angle and do it more efficiently.
Reverse move, yeah.
So I think that's something that you do have to bear in mind, because I'm just so ingrained within the habit of only ever clicking R-click that sometimes I drive into an AT gun when I should have just right-clicked behind the tank to avoid that entirely. But regardless, what's happened during my rant?
Just a little bit. I mean, like, I have some friends, they were about 6 months pregnant, they've had their baby now.
Oh, wow.
So that's nice. His name's Tom.
I thought his name was OberKommando.
It might be OberKommando, because they have hit the field now, and all of a sudden the manpower flow, that's going to start to go down. Those OberKommando will shred.
Ooh, but the HE Sherman pretty good against the OberKommando. Raketenwerfers, though, doing pretty well for themselves. OberKommando not getting focused, but with too many bazookas, not enough bars, not enough M19s. That's exactly who they want to be versing. Gets the smoke grenade, but where's the follow-up? Oh, that's a Bulldozer Sherman. There's the follow-up right there.
Wrong way, Bulldozer Sherman. Turn around. Your gun's on the front.
Yeah, indeed. That's a very risky spot. I don't like how aggressive these repairs are.
Yeah.
Bulldozer Sherman, though, isn't very good against tanks. It's really good against infantry. Like, its HE shells, I think the damage is kind of similar to the Sherman HE shells, but, like, it's just much more consistent. HE Sherman's very, very inconsistent. They do, like, really good damage in AoE, but they just miss all the bloody time, where Bulldozer Shermans are actually pretty accurate with their shots, comparatively, at least, to the HE Shermans regularly.
They can be nice. So now, all of a sudden, Genobi, he didn't have the best early game, but he's playing pretty well thus far. He's really starting to get back into this. But that being said, OberKommando on the field. I think the Bulldozer Sherman was a good choice against that. Must have known they were coming out. Still a pretty big manpower vote from here for Stephen. He really needs to do something with all that manpower.
Yeah, indeed. Did he lose a Shrek?
Must have done, yeah. Must have dropped a Shrek, I think.
Yeah,
I didn't see him lose a Vol Squad, but he must have done.
He's got 2 Volks, he built 3. He must have lost a Volk Squad. Yeah, oh, that's a huge blow. Nice work. Genobi taking that one out. The MG does run away from that one. Sherman is poking, but again, with that much veterancy, bear in mind, the Raketenwerfers fire ridiculously fast. Like, their rate of fire is insane to compensate for the terrible range. Flak truck is firing, not very good, though, against the Sherman. May even wipe the vet for Raketenwerfer. That would be a huge victory, and he does get the wipe. OberKommando as well, may even fall here.
That's the 240.
240, don't want to mess with that, because it will blow your stuff up, your neighbors, your Raketenwerfers. It doesn't discriminate what it blows up, but the Flak half-track has something to say about that, and it will force the Sherman to walk away. Where are we going? Railway. We're going, what? No!
That's the best shot. And remember, it was around this tree area, like,
But bear in mind, what brought the Sherman? Was that the Ostwind?
Whoa, I have no idea. I thought the Sherman was going to survive.
Or maybe it was the infantry support gun. Yeah, the 240 mil was called, like, over here, and it was just like, nope, just kidding, but off.
It kills the Raketenwerfer. It's impossible to dodge. You're better off just staying still and praying to the RNG gods that the 240 doesn't land on your face. Didn't land on anyone's face that time. We'll just survive. Which is going to be nice. Infantry support gun firing.
Disclaimer, Generals, gentlemen, we don't condone we don't support standing underneath red smoke.
No, we don't.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Don't try that at home. It's something that we do. We're trained professionals, or at least he is. So
at least, like, because if it's in a team game, it might be a 155 mil, and you don't want to stand under that. But yeah, look, the railway hasn't really hit its intended area. That nade, wipes the squad. That was some pretty hardcore clumping. Bundle grenades are being thrown in by the mat. That's a lot of grenades.
It definitely is. It's kind of like the assault gren. They're they're multi-nades.
Grenade assault or assault grenades. Nice smoke does lock down the Ostwind.
There's not a lot of follow-up though.
Stephen's just losing his squads.
Yeah, he definitely is. I mean, it hasn't been super lucky before. I mean, the Sherman got the last one. The 240 got the other Raketenwerfer, so he lost all his veterancy there. He got his infantry support gun out and lost another squad to the nade. Obi's definitely coming back into this one. He's playing very, very nicely. Ostwind, it's got to be careful against the Bulldozer Sherman. Not sure what his penetration is going to be like against an Ostwind.
Rear armor, it'll be fine.
Okay,
Frontal, see, that hasn't penetrated twice in a row. Again, it's not very good penetration.
Blitzkrieg.
That's the Blitzkrieg. It exists. It's back in the game. Makes me cry every time. But, and that's actually, no, it's not. It's Blitzkrieg tactics. It's like different for OberKommando West, but it does the same thing, essentially. I think they get less accuracy though, or something. But anyway, the rear armor. Whoa, that is the Sherman. Jackson M10. What?
M10.
What? The M10 just killed something.
What? Are you sure?
The M10 killed something.
It did too. There you go. One kill.
Well,
So the M10
I
gets
didn't know
emergency.
M10s could kill things.
I didn't either, but apparently they can, and apparently they're going after the Swears of Panzer headquarters. I don't know how to say that word.
Ooh, scumbag Genobi. He aggressively called the GG. Kids, don't call the
GG.
Not aggressively. It's kind of rude. Raketenwerfer doing some pretty good damage. Again, the rate of fire is very high. Bulldozer Sherman likes to sit within the firing arc, and the Flak truck is firing against the rear arm. It will penetrate, but the Raketenwerfer is wiped. Unfortunate damage engine. Oh no, the rear armor. Not what you want to be facing against such a high rate of fire. Can get that crit, causing it to fall. Raketenwerfer has been recrewed.
So much recrew coming out here, and the Bulldozer Sherman is quite low. The M10 has no way to do that Raketenwerfer. It won't be able to do it, and it's still within range of that Swerve Panzer headquarters. Raketenwerfer has started firing. It's only one more hit. The M10 will go down here.
Ooh.
Oh, it's going to go out of range. Oh, it does get destroyed.
Main gun destroyed, but the Flak truck takes it out. Not the best positioning there by any means. Shouldn't have stuck around for that long when the vehicle was within range of the Raketenwerfer. Losing the M10 though, to be expected. They are rather disposable. They get a buff though in the latest patch. Their range now stands at 50, which is quite nice because before 45 wasn't really enough. For the record, for comparison, tanks are generally 40 range, where tank destroyers, Jackson SU-85s, and so on, they're 60 range. So it's kind of in between, same as a Puma. Obersoldaten with the Vet 1. If the Obersoldaten get Vet, we'll be fine. But even then, against non-upgraded riflemen, and look at these bundle grenades. They're really fantastic work from Stephen. Yeah, they're so cheap as well. They cost like 10 munitions. It's ridiculous.
So yeah, it's pretty damn good. And I mean, that's the issue. If you do try and assault the OKW when they are in cover, you have to be careful of those nades coming in there. We've got the we're going to be salvaging the Ostwind as well.
It takes longer, but they get munitions as well. So for the record, the downside is that it only works when they're like out of combat for a certain time, and then if they don't throw the grenade within, I'm not sure how long it is, but if they don't throw the grenade within a certain time of being in combat, it then wears off. So it's infiltration / assault grenades, but they're really cool though. I mean, for 10 munitions, like, hey, why not?
And Panther, I believe, being built here by Stephen. I'm a big fan of that idea. That's
wow,
fantastic.
15 munitions?
15 munitions? Yes, please.
That is an absolute blessing for the OberKommando West. That's really great. For the record, when you're versing OberKommando West, if your tank blows up, blow up the carcass. Blow up the husk of it to prevent the wreck from being salvaged.
What's going on here?
That's a Volks Grenadier squad.
The Volks weren't actually getting fired on, but they sure as hell are now. The Bazooka killed 3 Volks.
Yeah, that's a problem that I don't like.
That's a big problem.
Is how good AT weapons are against infantry because of the clumping and stuff. Flak truck is being repaired. Obersoldaten and even the Panther as well. Now the Panther's going to be good against the Shermans, obviously. It's also going to be good against the Bazookas because they just won't penetrate. Panthers have enough MGs to deal damage up close. Riflemen are quite squishy, and the MGs do actually take them lower and lower. Obersoldaten having a pretty good time. Volks Grenadiers will throw their assault grenades, forcing them to move away. And look, Bulldozer Sherman though can wipe the Obersoldaten if he does get a nice shot.
Raketenwerfer is setting up though, and he's within range of that Bulldozer. I think it's on just that target sight range. Okay.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And the other thing as well to bear in mind is like the M10s are also pretty bad against the Panther. So really, what you need is either M1 AT grenades, M1 AT guns, Jacksons, or just 7 bazookas. Like
any one of the above.
Can I kill Panther? Well, how many bazookas do I have? I only have 5 bazookas.
Probably should have 7.
Yeah. No, okay. I mean, against the front armor, you won't penetrate enough. Against the rear armor, yeah, you'll penetrate. So if you flank well, if you get the smoke grenades, the AT grenades, you can get the rear armor. So it can work, but the bazookas just don't have that good penetration against heavy tanks that you'd like to have. Bulldozers, though, they will have the area of effect. Raketenwerfer. Oh, man.
Man, Stephen really wants that emergency back. I think that's what been half of the saving grace here for Obi, is he wiped the veterans and the Raketenwerfers. He's just been continuously wiping the veterans. Otherwise, these tanks would just have no effect. The bulldozer would be taken out so fast. This is the rate of fire increase is the major thing. But forcing the Raketenwerfers to keep getting recrewed is keeping his tanks in this game.
Oh, the OberKommando are really good at wiping the setup weapons because they keep decrewing and they get the extra damage against retreating units. Panther has hit the field. This is where Stephen wants to be at. He's going to be feeling pretty confident. Raketenwerfer in a garrison, also pretty good because they have more sight range and more arc. I think they even have more attack range as well. I'm pretty sure.
Obi saw the
look at this.
Goes after the Sherman. My story can wait. The Panther going in super deep. Probably can't go too far. I mean, he's not really in any danger, but he doesn't know if there's a Jackson coming out, which there is. Genobi was actually building a Sherman. It was like almost completed, and he saw the Panther. He's like, no! And built a Jackson, which, you know, commend you, sir. Good job knowing what units to build. You don't want a Sherman against that thing.
Do you remember the first game you ever played, where you were Americans?
Of Western Front Armies?
Yeah, Western Front Armies.
Yeah.
And you were, well, never mind. My story can wait as well, because OberKommando, their story is their DPS with the veterancy as well, forcing them to retreat though by sheer force of rifles and even the suppression from the machine gun. Yeah, look at the bazookas, they're just not penetrating.
Yeah, not consistently for sure. And the infantry support gun, I think, did that get decrewed at some point as well?
It
did, yeah. So even the infantry support gun, that was on, would have been close to veterancy 3, I think, eventually. But now, you know, back to veterancy 0 again. Still going to be good.
The thing is with infantry support guns is their vet isn't that great, to be honest. Like, they don't actually get like increased combat until like Vet 4 and Vet 5. Like Vet 1 hollow point, meh. Vet 2 mobility and their survivability, like that's not fantastic either. Vet 3 they barrage range and they, I guess they fire faster. So it's all of the barrage. It doesn't actually affect the auto attacks. And generally auto attacks are just a better way to have the infantry support gun because the barrage is a bit too accurate, so it's really hard to actually land. So yeah, that's actually one of the things that don't scale that well with Vet, to be honest. And Vet 4, Vet 5 is nice, but it's kind of hard to get there, generally. Lieutenant, though, is going to be very good. Retreating straight away. That's where you want to retreat, is straight away against the Lieutenant.
Yeah, if you don't have the 2-1, you don't really want to be there. The Raketenwerfer and the Panther, they should be able to deal with the Jackson pretty effectively. The Jackson really has to be careful. It will die quite fast at the Panther, and it will have good penetration against the Panther, but Panther will win a 1v1. OberKommando doing some pretty good damage against the Rifleman, though, and finally the Jackson it's facing up.
Look at the bazookas, they're just not penetrating.
They're just chunking off the armor one by one.
Yeah, but anyway, Jackson has hit the field. He is the man with the penetration, but also with the Raketenwerfer to the front. So this is where the Raketenwerfers shine, is their camouflage.
Yeah.
You can get those ambushes, and against something as fragile as an M10, driving into the Raketenwerfer is pretty disastrous. But not if the Panther misses the shot against the Wolverine. But even then, a little bit out of position. Rifleman, wow, that Panther missing a lot of shells. Jackson is just so good.
So good.
They're pretty good. I would rate them probably a 9 out of 10 when it comes to penetrating the front armor of a freaking Panther.
Yeah, they're pretty damn decent. Those Jacksons, and when microed effectively, can definitely deal with those Panthers. Having those vehicle crews for the repairs is great as well. Really Stephen has to play a bit of a static game, somewhat here now. He's got the Raketenwerfers, so I don't think there's a lot of diving potential, if you will, from Genobi. He won't be able to go in after the Panther. He won't be able to look for that rear armor with multiple tanks because the Raketenwerfer, just their rate of fire, the damage output will just completely stop any circle strafes. The Panther's pretty fast as it is, but he does have a nice positioning at the moment over the VP. We're looking at 257 for Genobi and 258 for Stephen.
diving potential.
Diving potential.
How do you know that we cast League of Legends? Well, we say things like a diving potential. Yeah. I don't understand what you meant. I tried to comprehend the diving potential.
And then I explained it then afterwards. So that was definitely nice though.
Anyway, the potential for penetration on the bazookas hasn't increased. Oh, we penetrated! Yes!
Yes, success. But so, I think they're 240 mil. Does that have penetration issues or?
Nope, doesn't have penetration issues, but it does have scatter issues.
The M10's in the danger zone. Welcome to the danger zone, buddy.
Oh, that M10 playing a risky game, but he will actually get the circle strike onto the Panther, and the Jackson getting very, very low Raketenwerfer. It may even kill it. No.
They're taking very, very low though. The Panther did take one last shot from the Jackson, but the turret has now faced up against the M10.
Doing some pretty good damage there. Sherman not within range and gets taken out by the Raketenwerfer in the Garrison Railway though. Where are we going? We're missing a lot of shots, but look, Jackson, I think it's actually, yes. It's still there.
The M10 might actually go for the chaser, but the
one more shot though.
Very, very low.
240 mil.
Ooh, off to the side.
Yeah, not off to the side indeed. It's kind of misleading because what is he doing? No! Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi, why didn't you use the Force to tell you that there was a Raketenwerfer in the garrison? This is not the Jackson you're looking for.
This is not the Jackson you're looking for. No, it is not indeed. The M10 will be diving deep though, diving deep and a half. It's going after the Panther. The Panther's being repaired by the suppliers though. It's not going to win a 1v1, I don't think. It'll be close, but I don't think so.
Flanks at the Flak base. They're working as well. One more shot may even take it out here. Getting the circle strikes. Can he get the killing blow? Real armor. He might. No, that was a close one. M10 is our hero for today, but will make the ultimate sacrifice. Too much Flak and does take him out. So actually very worth. I wouldn't have gone for that. I wouldn't have gone for that.
Yeah, against the Flak, like maybe against the Panther, but against the Flak emplacements, I'm just like,
Also, I think if the Panther was reverse moving, the M10, like to penetrate 2 shots in a row against the frontal armor, it's risky. Wolverines actually have pretty good penetration, but like I wouldn't bank on it. Like, given without the Jackson, like there's no longer any AT. So like if that died, he would have just lost the game. If he didn't kill the Panther, rather.
Panther, yeah, would have suicided. One too much fuel.
Yeah. Again, I think these Sherman. Oh no, they can get recruited.
Go for it! I believe.
Oh no, don't
pop sprint.
Suppression. Oh, thank God. Wow. See, you shouldn't repair your Shermans like in the open of a VP when there's Raketenwerfers everywhere. One thing to note is Raketenwerfers vet fast. They vet really damn fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, their vet scaling is just the coolest
I'm disappointed. I wanted to see a bullet Sherman get passed over because of the aggressive repairs.
I've had that happen.
Really wanted to
no,
see
I've
that.
had that happen.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. I was like repairing something. Oh no, he strafed me. I was versing a Wehrmacht, and I was repairing my Sherman, and he strafed my crew, and because I was pinned, I couldn't re-garrison my Sherman. So then he capped my Sherman, and I'm like, what?
Next level better right there.
I was pretty mad because like it wasn't even aimed at my repairers. It was aimed at my riflemen, and because it insta pins the entire map.
Yeah.
My poor repairing engineer crew.
US Raketenwerfer as well. One of them actually get capped for about the 10th time this game.
I swear that arc is longer. What?
So again?
That arc looks longer than the
OKW one.
Yeah,
that can't be a thing.
It is the same weapon, but like it looks. Wait for it.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, and look at that. Surely that's longer. Let's go. Let's click on one if Stephen has one.
Stephen have one at the moment, or? Oh no.
Oh, actually, maybe I'm making up things. Unless Vet 3 gives him more range.
It's got changed. It might be.
No, okay. Maybe I'm just wrong. But anyway, I probably am wrong.
Rather than just hammering that decap as well, and that's something else to mention. There's been Vet 4 Obersoldaten.
Nice.
That's scary.
Yeah,
the cutoff has been absolutely hammered here by Obi, and that's a pretty important thing because he's been stopping a lot of the
income.
A lot of the income was the word I was looking for there.
Vet 5
coming out. Vet 5.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Vet 5 Obersoldaten. What does that mean? What happens when Vet 5 Obersoldaten?
At this point, I generally surrender.
Do they wipe Vet 3 Riflemen?
I think they wipe Vet 3 Riflemen.
They
yeah,
don't.
I mean, apparently not.
That sucks.
That
would have been a really good pun, but well, not really pun, but it would have sounded cool at least.
It would have.
Anyway.
They're sprinting around the map.
Oh yeah, they perma sprint.
So.
They sprint. It's kind of insane.
It's an out of combat thing, isn't it? Like on a cooldown.
Yeah, I think if like they keep sprinting until they get shot, so it's sort of like mobility boots from League of Legends.
Oh, puns. Puns are pretty good.
Yeah.
The references. The references.
Yeah, the reference, not a pun.
Yeah, well, the references, the word I was looking for there. Should definitely go with a Panzer II here. Said no one ever, that's not a good idea. Gentlemen, do not recommend going for a Panzer II at any point during any game you would ever play, ever. Recruiting Waffe being recruited
they're pretty bad.
They're pretty bad. It's actually really nice because the penetration against the Panther, pretty good, like not bad. We actually saw it penetrate a shot before. It's definitely gonna give a nice bit of a static emplacement over that VP. And that's really what Genobi's looking for. He's looking for that control over the VP and being super aggressive on the cutoff.
The vet scaling's actually different. Like,
does it change?
It has vet 3.
That's cool.
But it's not the same vet as like M1 vet. Boss grenade is, that's a powerful grenade if they go for it. Boss grenades are insane. Could have got a lot of infantry there. Yeah, bear in mind the whole time there has been a fuel transfer. Yeah. So a lot of the fuel income has been going towards that from munitions. And with the scavenger, he's getting more munitions and fuel to do. So may even lose the rifleman. Obersoldaten aren't people
so
want to let kill your rifleman. Bulldozer Sherman, though, is the ultimate and the ideal counter to the Obersoldaten, but not...
Facing up, though.
Yeah, and the vet for the Raketenwerfer are really limiting the aggressive potential of the Bulldozer Sherman. But still, I mean, the VPs are held, and it really is just inflicting the bleed. The infantry support gun not having the best time. It keeps being decrewed. Hasn't really done that much yet, to be honest.
And it's going super aggressive here as well. We'll end up backing off. Did get one more shot down to the Bulldozer Sherman and a Howitz Garage, one of the machine's favourite units.
Oh no. Where is the Vet 5 Obersoldaten?
No, they can't be dead.
They got wiped.
When?
I don't know where they got wiped or how.
See them die.
But all of a sudden, StephenJF doesn't have his Vet 5 Nullify Infantry unit.
That's unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Maybe a Bulldozer Sherman wipe.
Yeah, I thought the Bulldozer Sherman was backing off,
a railway. Sure, we would have heard a railway. Yeah, it must have just been the Bulldozer Sherman.
I think it must have been.
Another M10 has been called in, wants to claim the killing blow, but again, the Raketenwerfers will make that just a little bit difficult, but Rifleman will force them away. So that's a nice angle to go in with the M10 as the Riflemen block it off.
Oh, Panther's very, very low, though. We'll see dive number 2. Can this one pull off?
Definitely.
Oh, the Panther carcass is in the way, though.
Yeah, if it keeps reverse moving, it should be fine. Flak may even destroy the base. See, there we go. That's what I mean. If he keeps moving, he'll have less accuracy, and he'll keep targeting the infantry by accident. Raketenwerfer won't actually kill him with the flak truck. See, that's what I thought should have happened before. Like, that should have happened the first time.
Yeah.
But it didn't. Raketenwerfer will get the glory.
Get the glory. Get the Veterancy 4 as well, which is going to be nice. Maybe he can actually hold on to it this time. Veterancy 1 as well for that Panther. Howitz Garage should really be moving forward so you can get some nice DPS down. And I think it's just the infantry advantage going for Genobi now. The Bulldozer Sherman wiped a lot.
Yeah.
In terms of units.
Yeah, really good vet on the Sherman. So I think what would have been better is rather than just sacrificing the M10s, like, it's just a lot safer to go for Jacksons.
Yep.
They're just better, like, honestly.
Pretty great.
Sort of the idea behind Armor Company, at least from a meta perspective, the reason why I think Armor Company kind of works is because then you don't have to go tier 4.
Yeah.
You have the Bulldozer Sherman, so you don't need anti-infantry. You have the M10, so they're not as good as Jacksons, but you can still kind of use them to deal with tanks. So then you can go like a really aggressive tier 2, tier 3 play. But generally you can't do that. Generally as Americans, you have to go tier 2, tier 4, or tier 3, tier 4. But with Armor Company, tier 4 isn't quite as important. Another Ostwind has been called in, going to be very important, because now that there's no longer any Obersoldaten, he needs to deal with the vetted rifleman, and Ostwind is how you do so. But 240 mil.
Boom! I think that's where the Ostwind used to be.
Yeah.
So lucky it moved there. Ostwind's not even safe there, though.
No.
Not with the 240.
You are never safe against the 240,
man.
Even this infantry support gun, you know, he's not safe either.
He's probably not safe. You never know what could happen to the 240. It could go absolutely anywhere. Definitely a good saving use of munitions there, I think, from Obi, because what he's using the fact that the 240 means you can't go here at all because you might lose a squad, and he's using that to cap up the map and get better positioning on his MGs, on his captured Raketenwerfer, heal up his tanks. It's working out pretty well for him, given he has the VP advantage anyway. It's working out quite well for him.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is just buying time, and the VPs have gone back over to Genobi, 250 to 115, a pretty long time ago since Genobi called the GG. light infantry, not going to be that great. Oh, that Osvin, though, he's having a pretty good time.
Yeah, definitely. With
the long-range damage. Osvin's, you know, as you would expect, kill infantry pretty well. Panther still here. Only got the vet 1, so he's going to want to have a lot more vet than that before he starts to turn into the absolute machine. May wipe the infantry support gun again. Oh, man. It's really surprising how little kill that thing has. Going in quite deep, actually, but won't find a lot. Wants to get the cutoff, though, on the 50 cal. Also, the Genobi can retreat even as Americans.
Yeah, Genobi is actually stealth there still.
Yeah.
So he might not actually die during this engagement. No, we're gonna get the double retreat.
It gets revealed
should be fine.
if they drive close. Yeah. So you can't always depend on it. Oh no, he's gonna lose a vet 350 cal.
The 50 cal's gonna go down. One more burst from the Oswin. Will it get the shots off? Whoa, nice shot, Oswin.
That was insane though.
That was really good.
The delay that like he picked up the 50 cal and started running was incredibly low. Like if that was a Maxim or an MG42 or a Dushka, like it takes a long time.
20 minutes or so. So Vet 2, Bulldozer Sherman, won't be that great against the Panther, but we're seeing another, is that a Jackson or I can't tell from the icon.
Well,
yeah,
you don't build M10s, you call them in, so it's always a Jackson.
Yeah, okay.
Extra accuracy, so that's pretty good for the Bulldozer Sherman. That's really one that he wants. Oh no, the howitzer carriage out of position. 0 kills though. What has the howitzer carriage been doing this entire time? Panther may take it out. It fires the last shot, it missed its mark, and a smoke grenade goes in.
Did it land?
Yes,
yes,
it does.
Did.
It can't fire, and it's also moving at half its speed. But the Sherman not very good in the Raketen Werfer. He's having a mother fantastic happy time. That's some kind of barrage. That is our big scary barrage of death, for lack of a better word. It's 105.
105, okay.
Wow.
That's the size of it.
The 240 mils get on my level. Like, really. the 240 mil has hit puberty
quite
a while ago, but the Sherman HE, he needs to hit the wall and drive over it. Thank you, giant thing. What are they called? The frontal bit.
Dozer.
Yeah,
like a dozer edge or like a
dozer blade.
Dozer blade.
Yeah.
I think is the word you're looking for there. I wonder if they send each other mean Facebook messages. The artillery crews are just like,
I'm bigger than you.
Nice artillery.
Yeah, but I'm more accurate. Yeah, I bet the 240 mil is really insecure about his scatter.
I would be pretty insecure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. You gotta really hit him where it hurts. Munitions. Is that? What does the icon actually mean? Does that mean you're transferring into munitions if it's got the munitions icon? Or does that mean you're losing munitions? Okay, it means you're transferring into munitions.
And I think the reason why is because there's already enough tanks.
Yeah.
But with the munitions, it'll give, well, for a start, it'll give him the MG42. But it'll also give him, like, nades. And nades are what you want. Obersoldaten has been rebuilt. Good. A good move. Fantastic. Needing the Obersoldaten. There's just not enough infantry here. But Genobi doesn't have the most vet in the world. He's got, no, actually, he's a fair bit, I guess. He's got 3 vet 3. Vehicle crews... obviously going to be vet 3, but like he's got a fresh rifleman squad, and fresh rifleman against fresh Obersoldaten. Yeah, look, probably
not where I'd want to be.
Would go towards the Obersoldaten. Jackson though, he's the man we want to see. That's another 105 mil. Surely that can't be it again.
Must be. I think that's where the previous retreat path actually was, because the hedge that is non-existent now is actually a really nice spot to put the ambulance and the major, because once your infantry actually, sorry,
it's not on cooldown though.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah,
I can't tell you what that was actually. No, I'm not sure. So.
I mean, it must have been, but maybe it has no cooldown. Anyway, so at this stage we have Ostwind, Obersoldaten, Panther. Vet 4, Vet 5 almost needs to be repaired though. It's very, very low. You don't want to lose that gun. Ostwind and the Obersoldaten, they're going to hold the line. But if a Bulldozer Sherman drives in and takes out 2 of the Obersoldaten. Was that a new one?
This one. Sorry? The new bulldozer, I think. No, hang on.
Did he transfer?
No, he must have transferred the vet over, but to the howitzer carriage.
He did.
I would transfer my vet over to the Jackson for sure. I mean, the Jackson is on the field, isn't it? I mean, that's the ideal place to have the veterancy. I guess he just wants to kill infantry at this point and hold the VPs. I'm assuming that's the thinking of choice for Genobi here, but I really have that on the Jackson. You probably get veterancy, almost veterancy 2 out of it.
Vet 3 is really important on the house carriage because they have really low range. They're an artillery unit that doesn't really have much range at all. But their damage and their accuracy is really good. What is the accuracy, really? The accuracy gives them damage. So if you can have the longer range, then you can use it really safely. Where generally the howitzer carriage, it's kind of risky because in order to start sieging, you have to sort of be within range of a Panther. So it makes a pretty big difference. Yes. Sort of like, you know, when you get Vet 3 on a heavy mortar, wow, that Panther shot, you get 3 on a heavy mortar and gives you more range, and it's like, I don't need more range on my heavy mortar. I have that already. Yeah, but you know, the infantry support gun. No, the howitzer carriage can wipe out the Raketenwerfer, and that's
what they're firing at. It's what it's looking for now, but it is revealed there. I'm assuming the Panther can fire onto that one.
Panther, though, gets rid of the Raketenwerfer. Pretty good move here. Flak Panzer in a bit of trouble, sticking around for just a little bit too long, but what happened to the Jackson?
I think it was the Raketenwerfer and a shot from the Panther, I'm assuming. They're just sheer range there from the Raketenwerfer.
The Vet 5 ambush as well gets more range, rate of fire, gets the ambush out of cloak. The Panther kills the howitzer carriage as well.
There goes the veteran.
Oh no! All of a sudden,
Genobi not looking so flash.
No, indeed. Yeah, I mean, losing the Jackson because now the Panther has no means to be shut down. Fortunately, Osvin was killed though. I mean, because that's going to be a bit of a deterrent to the infantry if that was still alive. Another arty barrage. I mean, surely that's Stephens. But he has munitions.
Must be from something else. I don't know what fires that though.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
It can't be Genobi's, no, because that'd be just like misplaced and.
Maybe Stephens just.
It's not the major one, is it? No. Because the major one's different to that.
Okay, I think it has to be the 105.
And it's just not going on cooldown.
Yeah, it has no cooldown.
Yeah, I mean,
with the munitions transfer, there was a fair bit in the bank. It's kind of what you do late games. OberKommando West is when you already are pop capped.
You
just spam munitions for the arty barrage and whatnot. Panther will back away, getting vetted though as well. I mean, like armored skirts gives it even more armor, which is fantastic, especially against the bazookas that already can't penetrate. That is the 10. No, that has 1 minute cooldown. That's really confusing.
So yeah, I'm not sure what it is then. 105 is coming down, regardless though, a little bit off center.
Yeah,
exactly where I want to be.
On his own
chase. Yeah.
But anyway, it is again buying time for the VPs, getting some mines down as well. That's the same Obersoldaten squad. Oh, there's a 240 mil.
Where is it coming at though? Well, I think it got pulled off to the side there of the VP. Lieutenant will be forcing off those false screens, which is quite nice. Off to the side there, the Obersoldaten. Okay, so yeah, I think it was, I don't know where it is, but Rifleman, that's not where you want to be! Rifleman!
Look.
Believe in the RNG gods, Genobi may be their master. We'll find out in about 2 seconds.
Ooh.
I think he lost some members there.
No, he recruited the
Raketenwerfer.
Yeah, look, I mean, the Obersoldaten, they're undervetted, but it won't even matter. 240 mil. Oh man, this is bold.
Very bold.
I think he killed the two.
He killed 2 members of the major squad. I think that's the major barrage.
But isn't the major barrage bad?
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not even sure anymore. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is a major barrage coming out or.
Oh, that's fake.
There.
No, it's fake.
Oh, it's the fake one. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think I have a fake,
Must be the fake one, yeah. There is a fake one.
Yeah.
Osvin is on the field. The Raketenwerfer is facing up to some good damage. But the Osvin
max range.
Shred it. Yeah, very, very hard there. The Strumhides as well should have some decent damage against the rifle. I'm not sure why they retreated there. Probably could have taken the BP back. Yeah, Bulldozer Sherman. Probably a good idea to back away from that one. Panther will be forcing itself forward, though.
This is a battle for that middle VP.
It's so crazy, yeah. It's just been all over the place at the moment. And well, Stephens so low on VPs, but he has a massive tank advantage, and the Bulldozer Sherman doesn't want to be there. There's Jackson as well, though.
Yeah, that's his buddy. That's his best friend right now. He can take out the Panther. That would be so important. Raketenwerfer just out of the arc, but barely. Jackson may take it out. If it does get the penetration, Sherman
moving forward.
Missed the target there, and now it's going deep against the Raketenwerfer. Panther, though, won't miss. Oh, what gets the wipe? Just as the Sherman was about to be destroyed. Another M10. Well. There goes the Sherman, but this Panther in a bit of trouble right now. Osvin won't be able to deal with those tanks. That goes the Vet 3 Panther. Obersoldaten don't have many Panzerfaults at all, and the Flak Panzer Osvin, he isn't a tank destroyer by any stretch of the imagination, but he is a rifleman in your base destroyer, but not if they spam their bazookas and the smoke grenades, of course. M10 and the Jackson moving back to the base to take him out. A good move. The Osvin was dead, but he shouldn't have gone that aggressive. Wow, Stephen's in a bit of trouble now. Stephen, what do you have left?
Trouble. I don't think he has anything left. He has no fuel either. He has Obersoldaten, and I mean, you never count Obersoldaten out, but that was just a tank blitz coming out there from Obi. It just went perfectly because the Bulldozer Sherman ran in there, made the Raketenwerfer turn around. If it was actually still facing forward, it would have killed the Jackson in pretty much one shot. It would have just one shot at the Jackson, and that would have been the engagement over.
The thing is, though, Obi no longer has his Sherman, so he doesn't really need the Panther as much, but the Obersoldaten sticking around for a little bit too long. May even lose that squad, though. Sturm Pioneers pretty good. Also, they get the concussion grenade, which are really cool. They're like the stun grenades that the Tiger Ace General gets. The elite infantry dodges the nade. Nice work up close. These guys are monsters. Hasn't used his nade yet though, which is surprising. But yeah, look at that damage. The Doom Pioneers, pretty effective.
Easily forcing off those two rifleman squads there. Has gone for a forward retreat. Not sure if that'll actually pay off though. The Stormhighs may be looking for a nade.
Ooh, we do see the...
Oh, the nades are coming
nice,
out.
Nice bundle grenade. That's powerful.
Oh,
deadly.
Wow!
That's
those two squad wipes.
Yep, that was a lot of vet. The Volksgrenadiers actually managed to take out the Lieutenant. Lieutenant has been killed, and that's where the bars are from. They got the...
I think the Major went down there as well.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. The Major isn't fantastic. I mean, he throws out average artillery. He throws out fake artillery. He really is the reinforced point. That's why you want the Major, is to have the obviously the tier 4 unlock, but also the forward reinforced Raketenwerfer is the good damage against Wolverine. That's what happens when I can't pun. I do that.
You do that. That's the standard. I know the machine pun, the pun block.
I try and then I just say what it is. Yeah. Can we recover from that? Do you think we can?
We can try to. I mean, this cast is pretty much unpostable now, but at least I can show my mum it or something.
We'll
like
post
that.
it unlisted so no one sees it at least.
They will not know our shame. Obersoldaten still on that VP. It's gonna be nice, but there's still 3 squads of riflemen. As long as they don't go down, that could be pretty big.
Wow,
Obersoldaten should be our 2v1 here.
Yeah.
Like they can do that.
They have good nades as well.
They're moving though now.
But do we have enough munitions for a nade? We do have enough munitions for a nade. Oh, the riflemen.
They should win. They retreated.
Probably could have won that.
Probably.
Yeah, but anyway,
close.
All 3 VPs. So StephenJF very low on VPs, but he has the momentum and he has the Obersoldaten, which is pretty important to factor into the equation.
Ooh, nice
also, the thing that's kind of sucked here for Genobi is that like he could never cap this point because of that flak truck. A lot of times you can sort of like go for the sneaky cap and force units away out of position, but like with the flak truck, it's just like lol, cap my VP, bro.
So a couple of Raketenwerfers should be enough to force off what is really just anti-tank tanks here. All that Genobi has is tank destroyers, and he's down to 125 VPs now.
Yeah.
He's winning all these infantry engagements because Vet 5 Sturmhives and 2 squads of Obersoldaten and no real way to deal with the Obersoldaten. This is where Obersoldaten really shine, when there's no tank, there's no vehicle-based way to deal with them.
Yeah, riflemen up close will always beat the Volksgrenadiers. The Volksgrenadiers just have really good grenades that Stephen hasn't used, like the regular grenades.
Yeah.
They're really powerful indeed. Obersoldaten, a little bit too deep.
Yeah, a little bit. They really should have been back on the VP. That's really where the camp needs to come from for Stephen, because Vet 0 squads just aren't going to do anything. The Jacksons you can pretty much ignore in terms of any infantry damage.
Yeah, the thing is...
What are Wolverines like? Are they same as the Jacksons?
Oh, they die pretty quickly. Yeah, Vet 5 Stone Pioneers against the Assault Engineers. I'm not sure why we have Assault Engineers. They're just too squishy. They'll die too fast to Obersoldaten. The M10 and the Jackson are going to be really good at pushing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Obersoldaten are so punished by the infantry. Yeah, a little bit deep. Infantry support, nope. Obersoldaten are really, really punished if they get pushed. Because you just lose their DPS, and like, you lose so much DPS if they get pushed around. But you can't really go for that when there's just the Raketenwerfers. They're just too weak.
Yep.
You need something strong like a Sherman that you can push. Take a couple of Raketenwerfer shells, not really matter. Oh, Obi, he's walking away with this one.
Yeah, he may actually manage to get away from it. He's almost within range of those base MGs, but the Sturmhives, they're on the chase. They have the veterancy.
Nice.
Nice. Come out first. Oh, he gets it as well, but it may not matter at this point. 105 VPs, and there's just so much anti-infantry, as well as having the Raketenwerfers just to camp against the Jackson and the M10.
Yeah, Osvin is available, even a Panther as well. I think saving up for a Panther. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think these engineers were a good choice by any means. Maybe like another 50 cal would be nice.
Yeah, need some type of suppression, needs another way to deal with this Obersoldaten. You just can't really build Vet 0 infantry and expect them to do very well. It's these dedicated anti-infantry troops. Is there any fuel in the bank at all for Obi? What does Genobi have in terms of that? 127.
Waiting for it.
Oh, he's so close to that bulldozer, but it might come too late.
You can also get his, oh, he can't. Oh, no, yeah, he can. 75 fuel, yeah.
I think the bulldozer is just going to be the better choice here. It might come a little bit too late, but I think that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, you kind of avoid the howitzer carriage by just moving a lot. Whereas a Sherman, like, you can't really avoid it. It blows things up near you. Going for the decaps as well, so actually, like, delaying the fuel income really will pay off. Delaying that bulldozer Sherman. Obersoldaten, though, again, a little bit too deep. So, like, you want to be defending with the Obersoldaten. Even the Raketenwerfers are moving in. M10, though, may get taken out here by the Raketenwerfers.
Didn't get the second shot off.
Yeah, out of the cone juice. Obersoldaten, though, still firing. The riflemen were actually focusing the Raketenwerfer, allowing the Obersoldaten to have free reign over the inferior American infantry.
Raketenwerfers off down the hill, so it's actually going to be hitting the hill more than it's hitting anything else. And all the Obersoldaten are actually on retreat now. The riflemen may be able to take advantage of that, but there's Volts there, and there's Strumbayers, there's just too much.
Yeah, there's a bar on the Volts. Oh,
wow.
No, lose the Vet 3 rifles. These Sturm Pioneers, they're not messing around.
They're not
They
messing
mean
around.
business.
Yeah.
They mean serious business.
Serious business there. Other, that's the 155?
105.
Yeah, 105 coming down there. Again, just generally buying Stephen time at this point.
What is it?
What I think it is when there's not enough resources for it, it doesn't actually like show up as the cooldown doesn't show up. I think when there's not enough munitions, I think I've been trying to work this out, and I think that's why. When there's not enough munitions for it, it doesn't show up on cooldown because you can't use it anyway. I'm assuming that's why.
Yeah.
Did he say don't ever bad man a GG?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. For
that.
the record, my computer time is broke. Oh, that bazooka blew up the mine. Anyway, Volts Grenadiers.
Here.
Yeah, look, the Raketenwerfer, where are they? They need to be there to prevent the pushing. There's one of them and the Jackson. They can actually kill each other by accident if they miss the infantry. Engineers and the riflemen. That's a bundle grenade. The bundle grenades, they're pretty fantastic. Yeah, look, Obersoldaten probably will wipe the engineers on retreat. Oh, surprisingly not. Obersoldaten are pretty good against retreating units because of that modifier that they get. But
Raketenwerfers are moving in.
Yeah, nice work here. Raketenwerfers will force them away. 10 VPs are held. Running out of time here. StephenJF kept his cool, kept the VPs, kept the Obersoldaten. And that's what you want to do against your opponent that only has infantry and Jacksons. So a fantastic game here. I just don't see any way that you can come back. Genobi questioning the defensive accusations of Stephen.
Panther has hit the field now. This is going to be the game.
Nice.
So incredibly close game here from both of our players. I love that. I really love that game.
Oh, look at that Panther. Double Raketenwerfer as well. This was just a great game overall. Really good play across the board. And that will wrap this one up. StephenJF is our victor for today. Genobi definitely, he had it for a while, but I think losing a bit too many of his tanks, his Jacksons, his howitzer carriage. I mean, like, I thought Stephen was gone, though. Like, once that Vet 5 Obersoldaten got wiped, it was like, oh,
the infantry's gone, and it's just like, that could be tough. Panther's paid off.
I think that's the problem with Armor Company, is, like, because if you go infantry, you can go, like, double M19 rifles, and they can kind of deal with Obersoldaten. If you go airborne, you get if you go airborne, you get paratroopers. I keep calling paratroopers airborne because of Co-1. Yeah. Paratroopers with M1919s as well can also deal Obersoldaten. Armor Company, you just have no way, like, apart from 50 calibers, which don't always work.
You really rely on tanks like the Bulldozer to deal with them, and that can be very vulnerable when there's Panthers on the field, so Obersoldaten all of a sudden can become very, very hard to deal with. Yeah, indeed, but a really good game here. This was actually highlighted replay, and I can sure as hell see why. Yeah, well played. Well played. I was going to say, my story, for the record, my computer time is broken. It keeps resetting, and I don't know why. I've replaced the motherboard battery, but anyway, so it keeps, like, refreshing old conversations. It's kind of annoying, but anyway, we dealt with it. You should see the Skype conversations where, like, you have to, like, scroll up to here and then here and here and here just to follow kind of the track of the conversation. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. It's a tough life. We soldier on. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of soldiering on, StephenJF will soldier his way through victory, and we will soldier our way through a really cheesy outro. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Bye. Thank you.